Asian Bank or UNDP, get ready to allocate their knowledge and resources. So we need in future well-educated people, open-minded. It's better to have reliable, short, but giving you the guarantee paper version. Just conference, big conference. Now regarding Uzbekistan, I'm very impressed with the number of infrastructure ready, small and big. Uzbekistan is considered as one of the possible.
Hello and welcome to Daryo Talks. Today we're having Dr. Slawomir Wroblewski, a Deputy Rector of International Agriculture University in Tashkent. Dr. Wroblewski is an experienced business person, an expert on business communications, especially in meetings and conferences industry, starting his career in Polish consulate in the US, later becoming an expert of European Union, running Poland's national branding on becoming business tourism center. He later founded a series of congress associations and different business ambassadorship programs. In 2016, he came to Kazakhstan, later moved to Tashkent, and has been involved in mostly in leading universities. Thank you, Dr. Wroblewski.
Thank you
for
having me here.
Yeah, for agreeing to talk to us. First of all, I would like to start our conversation about an interesting question. Your major is journalism. You studied political science and journalism at the University of Warsaw.
Right.
And you could have ended up in Gazeta Wyborcza or some other media outlets or television, but you entered the world of business.
Yeah. At that time, there was no Gazeta Wyborcza. So indeed, one of the possible career path might be media, including TV, including radio. But to say the truth, at that time I considered it too political or too much centralized and considered as a performance of orders from somebody. I'd prefer to be independent commentator, independent in creativity. So my first job was the youth union, actually Boy Scouts movement, where I was working with leaders. So it was a kind of training for trainers. Step by step, I took, as you mentioned, some positions in consular corps abroad, trying always to create some activities, especially events. I believe in the power of events, of people's gathering, well organized, for purpose, having some goals. And throughout my career, it was possible to perform the same actually activity, doing something good for society, with partners, from different perspectives, either as a person hired by the public institution or having my own business.
Mm-hmm. I see. But yeah, I definitely can see this consistency in your career. The journalism skills, the skills that you had at the university, of course, helped you in the business communications. And you also ran a campaign of making Poland a business tourism center.
Yes, thank you for this comment that it is consistent. I'm really proud of this. because we have in general be prepared in our life for changes. So it is nothing wrong to make even radical decision to adopt to the new situation, even taking a brand new profession. My current situation as the academic teacher gives me the occasion to share with experience from different part of the world. So I'm happy to suggest solutions or observations from America, where I spent 8 years, but also from Poland, which in my opinion is a very good model for Central Asian countries, because sometimes models from exotic places like Japan, America, Canada, even Germany can be too far from the local situation. We in Poland used to live in the Soviet time long enough to understand the stress, the trauma, and challenges in front of Uzbek people who must cope with the barriers which are sometimes physical, like lack of money for investments, or can be mental, so lying somewhere in the way of thinking and traditions.
Mm-hmm. I see. So Uzbekistan right now does need a good brand as a nation, not only as a land of historical places or some tourist attractions, but as a land of business innovations or entrepreneurship.
Thank you very much for bringing here to our discussion the expression brand. Indeed, branding is a very clever, very powerful concept created by the best marketeers to increase sales, increase success, market success of clothes, cosmetics, cars. It can be adopted to services, because selling tangible goods is not the same as selling services. But it can be adopted to ideas like political parties and countries. Actually, there is quite rich library, a set of books with the topic how to brand nations and countries, cities and regions. If we want to go deeper into the concept of brand, there are several components. Actually, you cannot make branding, it means adding a special flavor, brand, to the lousy product.
Mm-hmm. The product should be good in the first place.
Should be quality. This is a first challenge, sorry to say, to many issues in Uzbekistan. So when we come to the topic of recommendations, I will definitely start with quality. And then it is necessary to, in the process of branding, to address clearly the target market. If you know that your target market are students, you will not offer them Lexus and Mercedes car as a choice, right? So it is necessary to keep in mind the audience. And finally, branding should have good name, slogan, the technical issues. But starting point is quality, target market, and of course in trade, price. product must be marketable. It means must be on sale. So if we want just to create a good image of the country, just there is an expression pokazucha, you will be not consistent because you don't have the pressure of listening to the market. And you must carefully listen to the feedback from the client to be good marketeer.
Yeah, I see. Thank you very much. So that's what you have gone through, what you have done while you were
and that
busy
was
with
in Poland when Poland decided to apply for the full membership in European Union. Some our good friends, other members of the European Union decided to give some support with trainings. I was lucky to be in the group of a few first local people hired as experts for European Union, maybe because of the experience from abroad, maybe because of some preparations. And I'm happy to see the results. I heard from a high representative of European Union who said that was well spent European money. And here we are coming to the issue related to Uzbekistan. I would like to say that I see a lot of donors, good people, institutions, governmental organizations like UNESCO, United Nations, banks, Asian Bank or UNDP, ready to allocate their knowledge and resources. And very often they are coming with the question, what are your projects? What you would like to achieve? So in my activities here in Uzbekistan, my mission is to give the best possible advice. Is Uzbekistan should finally, eventually decide what is the path of further development. Uzbekistan, due to the historical situation, is located between superpowers, Russia, China, India, and Turkey, Iran, and without natural barriers for centuries, right, for thousands of years. So somehow Uzbekistan people used to be flexible, ready to switch the option from one direction to another, which is natural. But it is not helpful with long-term activity. Short-term activity is killing effectiveness. You don't need to stay with, wrong decision if you see, but give a chance to see the first results. But if you are changing the priorities every year, it is counterproductive.
I see. So now you're involved in International Agriculture University, who collaborates, works closely with the Royal Agriculture University in
from
Britain.
The UK, but the British well-established university. Yeah.
Yes, and the university is aiming to train the next generation of knowledgeable agriculture professionals. But in the long run, how could Uzbekistan leverage its fertile soil, agriculture opportunities? Because I think in this situation as well, we can relate to Poland. Poland has always been one of the biggest exporters of agriculture.
Especially for the last 30 years. but there were long traditions before. The university was established by the decision of the president of this country just a year ago, and the main idea is to deliver, to offer a good international program, as you mentioned, which was offered by the Royal Agricultural University from England, and our students eventually are receiving the British diploma. The British diploma, which is a passport to every country and to Uzbekistan. This is a chance for talented young people in Uzbekistan to receive their prestigious diploma without leaving the country, without paying very expensive tuition, here closer to the families, to their local situation. Our program,
at the same time, having a deputy rector from
half of the staff, half of the teaching staff is from abroad. Another half are graduates of foreign universities. So it is fully English language environment. We require English language proficiency from our students. Everybody must improve English. So throughout the years of study, they are having extra courses to be fluent. The idea is to challenge the barrier, the natural barrier. If you are not fluent in for professional needs in the foreign language, you will be having some hesitation and barriers in absorbing innovations. Having natural communication, fast communication with partners. So the idea is saying in brief, preparing future leaders. But future leaders for broad concept of agribusiness, because we are expecting there will be IT people, programists, financial people, managers on the scale of cluster, big enterprises, and individual family businesses like smallholders, farmers, which are the largest number of people involved in professions related to agriculture. So we don't want to force people to think about their future only with milking cow or digging the soil, right? We are talking about ambitious positions. In the world, less and less people are involved, more machinery, more automatic, more robots. So we need in future well-educated people, open-minded, ready to absorb the best from the world.
I see. Thank you very much. And Uzbekistan, as you think, does Uzbekistan have a competitive advantage in the region and in wider Eurasia?
It is the largest nation in the region, having variety of climate and soil conditions. Of course, with very strong challenges.
What should be improved in terms of making matching what's happening in agriculture with the international standards, like Poland did, like several years ago?
Let me refer to one part of my personal experience. I made my PhD quite late in my life, when I finished my business operations, based on the business operations. And I found, while digging books and sources, I found the answers to the questions I had always before. The question, what factors are influencing the successful development of the sector. I'm not talking about one particular company because it is microeconomics. And I found in the recent works of Nobel Prize winners in economics some recommendations which refers to institutions, formal and informal institutions. Institutions, formal, it's legal system, formal institutions, ministry, departments, and so on. But informal institutions are personal relations, media, academia,
business circles,
associations. Without the system of informal communication between people, I call it a kind of social glue. Society is atomized. It is dispersed with individual, even strong companies, but they are not cooperating. And also in economy is the very enlightening concept of cost of operations. We can divide any transaction, cost of transaction, into three parts: before, during, and after. Before, you are looking for best price, reliable partner, transport. It is also a part of your life and my life. Relatively short time is spent on the production, especially now. And afterwards, there is control, like waiting for the money, checking the bank, paying taxes, and so on. And we all know expression, time is money. If we are spending too much time, it means too much money, for the process of preparation of the transaction, the entire costs of transaction will be higher. And unfortunately, Uzbekistan is delivered me many cases that the time spent for looking for the reliable partners is extremely long. So one of my recommendation would be to create more institutions, formal or informal. Theoretically, we can find easily everything in internet, but you have so many not reliable information that you are having 10 different partners, and you need to check every one of them. So maybe sometimes it's better to have not very sophisticated internet source. It's better to have reliable, short, but giving you the guarantee paper version. So not necessarily every technical improvement is helpful with the process of making the process shorter. So that would be my first recommendation, to create more institutions, useful institutions, including associations. I was the founder of this kind of association for professionals in the sector. You mentioned the sector of meetings, congresses, trade shows, which beyond government, without government, delivered to our partners the reliable system of information. And the platform before internet time created so much business that now this sector is ranked one of the 10 best in the world. So I have the proof that it is possible. I understand the traditional distance in post-Soviet countries to the social movements like grassroots organizations, for many reasons. Okay, from the point of view of economics, it's necessary to be changed. Those associations, professional contacts are required. At the same time, we can ask how people react without. What are the solutions for people if they don't have available associations? Well, let's say some bureaucrats do not allow us to create the association of
farmers, for example,
ecologists or lovers of Tashkent, right? People will start looking for a parallel solution. And there is the answer in Uzbekistan is a family. Family is a place where people are looking for contacts. There is expression родственники, земляки. Yeah? People from Samarkand or people from Bukhara stay together because they trust each other. And they are making business between them, right? So informal institutions will appear anyway. The question, how effective they are. If you have a dedicated institution where you are asking questions in 3 minutes, you are having the answer, you don't need to arrange the meeting with your friend from Bukhara or from Samarkand over the plov, right? By the way, I created for myself such expression that the traditional plov
is a social institution.
It is an institution because people are not coming just for eating, right? They would like to see each other, to congratulate, to hug each other, to learn something, to pass news, right? Well, there is the order of people who is sitting, who is the most important. So you can learn about the traditions, history, and so on. So the idea of importance of institutions gives us the following definition. If formal and informal institutions are together, this part is effective. Only decisions on paper in any law, written law, will never work without natural support of ideas what people have in their soul and heart.
I would like to know your opinion about the big events on economy of Uzbekistan happening in Uzbekistan, starting from Tashkent International Investment Forum and continuing with Uzbekistan Economic Forum that we have in November.
Yes.
What do you think
thank
about
you.
that?
That was a part of my 20 years business activity. We need to precisely identify particular forms. There is a popular expression MICE, M-I-C-E, which covers roughly the segment. It means meetings like congresses, conferences and training seminars for teaching, to provide some knowledge to the audience, exhibitions and trade fairs. And one letter I is coming from incentive travel, which is motivational trips. Let's start with exhibitions. Exhibitions was a huge business, and because of internet is lost a lot of attractiveness. So right now, all exhibitions are combined with conferences on congresses, and congresses are combined with exhibition. The exhibition itself, it means like a bazaar of any goods. Bazaar is okay for selling fresh vegetables. Probably not go to many exhibitions because it is business expensive, very expensive for the exhibitors, and exhibitors now consider social media, internet as more effective. Of course, I recommend combination of all forms with social media. There is no contradiction. Important thing, congresses. Congresses are events which are relatively big gatherings with the idea to solve some important social problems. So we shouldn't call a congress something because it's big. It can be just conference, big conference. Now regarding Uzbekistan, I'm very impressed with the number of infrastructure ready to hold different meetings. Unfortunately, many of them are not used. They are staying empty. They are staying empty for the prestigious occasion. But they should be used by business more often, because in meetings there is a special genius loci. You will remember meeting longer, much longer than material you read. Theoretically, you can have the same content in your small screen in your iPhone or your TV. But meeting people, shaking hand, it's addressing many other parts of your personality. I just returned from Samarkand. 3 days ago, we had the huge event in newly established center with a really big number of people. I think organization was well run and managed. Of course, everybody should ask question. Was it possible to be more effective with more results, more meetings, more planned or pushed a little bit?
Was that on food security?
Food security conference, right? So congratulations for the Ministry of Agriculture for taking a FAO, big partners from abroad, for bringing this to Uzbekistan, because right now the topic food security is a buzzword, is an important word for every country in the world, small and big. Uzbekistan is considered as one of the possible breadbasket producer of food for the world. In the situation with the blocked transport through Ukraine due to the military conflict, all countries in the world, especially Hungary, Africa, are looking for the other options. So it is par excellence political issue. Every country must be ready for different possible crises, despite military, is a climate change, is the lack of water, another COVID, migrations, there is a long list of threats. And one of the conclusion immediate is Uzbekistan must consider its activity over the borders, because climate will not stop at the border. Water sources of Sirdarya and Amudarya are coming from Tajikistan. Part of the water goes through Afghanistan. So only with those two examples we see that we need to at least talk to the neighbors, right? And so on and so forth. So one of the recommendations. So we are coming back to the issue of the idea of the international university, right? We need to prepare students able to think big, to think in the scale of international scope of issues. Another thing is bringing innovations, including biogenetics, by a variety of different. Well, I don't want to be sarcastic or critical. I love Uzbekistan. I'm here for 6 years already, so it is a proof that I like this country. But let's say long-term policy is in contradiction with the tradition of short-term decisions, right? It is unacceptable. I receive invitations for some activities for tomorrow. Sorry, it is not not professional. It will. We are going to spend a lot of energy and money.
Yes.
On that, and the effects will be limited.
So the next question will logically be what would be what are your bets on the young generation coming with the English language knowledge and experience going to foreign countries? What would be your bet on human capital?
I really hope that people in Uzbekistan, young people in Uzbekistan, will learn how to be active with asking questions. According to a lot of our young students, of course, they are coming at the age of 17. They are during the formation time of their life. But they show enormous respect to the teachers, which is fine. But they're staying silent. Staying silent is not per se showing respect. Maybe in the head of the person is, I don't like you, right? Yeah. So asking questions, being proactive, sometimes asking tough questions, being against, showing own position, even if the teacher will be not happy. Oh my God, okay, this is university. Yeah. We need to train them to be more proactive. I got a nice example of this. Just this morning, I met a person just on the street who said, I remember you from the other university. Yeah, okay, we found something. And he said, remember, we had one day a meeting at the university, that was the Transport University, my previous place of work, and for some occasion was an important party meeting, plof party. And we sat together with people from the ministry. And it was to ask some questions addressing decision makers and the ministry regarding a little part of the procedure at the railway station. If you are coming to the railway station in Uzbekistan, you will be stopped at least 2 times by the uniformed person asking for your ticket and passport. Yeah. Well, in my country, you can enter the train without any check. Only while you are on board, somebody will approach you.
And you may be traveling not within Poland, but to another EU country. Yeah.
I don't want to say that there are no such checkup in other countries, but I said, gentlemen, it is not required, not necessary, right? At least why 2 times? And one more thing, more and more people are having electronic ticket. Yeah. But there is always a poor lady who is asking, come and I will put the stamp on your paper ticket. I said, there is no chance to put the stamp to my electronic ticket. And there was no reaction during the discussion. Mm-hmm. But this gentleman, after the year, told me, we returned to the ministry and Nachalnik called us and said, listen, guys, maybe we should discuss that. And they changed that. Indeed, when I went last week to Samarkand, the procedure was easier. So it is the proof that we shouldn't hesitate to give critical comment. Critical thinking is a part of the it is the core part of the program of the university. People are coming to the university not just to learn from old books, old knowledge. We need to train them to be critical, to have own point of view, and ability to express questions, at least.
Yeah.
At the best scenario, coming with the solutions.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Wroblewski. We enjoyed a conversation with you, and I hope your recommendations will be useful for our viewers.
I'm very happy to see a lot of talented young people around us, and I cross my fingers for their bright future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.